Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good. Good. Oh, morning. My name's... I was going to say my name's Daily Lyfe, but it's not. Not now. Not after the event. My name's Damage. I am currently on a quest to catch all the fish in Fortnite. Again. You might have remembered the first session or the first few episodes of the fishing Fortnite arrangement, but that was season 5, but this is season 6, so now we've pretty much got to do it all again, which isn't a problem. I like the hunting and the fishing. I say that, but I haven't played my hunting game in a while. I think because that hunting game is very realistic, or more realistic than this Fortnite fishing. So there is a fine line between realistic boredom and realistic... Thank you. Realistic boredom and realistic fun. So, let me just walk around a bit because I'm having ankle problems. I don't know if my headphones can even... I think it can. So what am I doing? I've got some Pop-Tarts for breakfast. Got to drink more water. I had a stinking headache yesterday, so I take that as a sign to drink more water. That's better. If you like what I do, please like, share and subscribe. Hit that notification.
If you like what I do, please.
Yep, audio is still good. If you like, yeah. I can't even remember what words I said a minute ago. If you like what I do, please show your appreciation in whichever manner you would think is best. I'm not adverse to people sending me things. If you want to send me pictures of you loitering in somebody's hedge as you observe them, then please do send me one of them selfies. Mad stalker selfie, that's always good. If you want to send me some dismembered fingers of the last person you kidnapped, then please feel free. I don't judge. We don't judge here. Oh, let's have a look at the collection before we go on, because we've got 2 fish left. Found at night and found in coastal areas. Okay. So let's put on the map. Just a wee marker so we can So yeah, this stream, this today's show is a little bit earlier than I had planned. I got up strangely with the dawn because I left my door open, and so the sunlight can the gentle sunlight can just percolate. That's as good a word as any. Or does it just mean I want a coffee? But yeah, I got woken up in a civilized time, so I thought I'd get back on it. Haven't done. I only stream every other day now, but I need a game to warm up to before I start playing Neverwinter. I've been thinking recently that I might give Final Fantasy, the MMO, another crack, because the stuff that I showed you guys didn't really do it justice. There's a lot more. It's a good game. I like it. I mean, obviously it's very Japanese. It's got piano music all over it, and it's just. But I'll turn that off so I can concentrate on working and instead of listening to that shite. So Italy, France, Wales was last night. That was interesting. I watched about 10 minutes of it. I woke up this morning, looked up the scores, and France had, just by the narrowest of margins, had pushed Wales' shit back in, which the whole BBC intro and sort of build up was Wales, yeah, Wales this, Wales that, Wales is going to win the Grand Slam. Then France comes along and fuck their day up, which I think is tremendous. I'm not a big rugby fan. I just like to see people fighting each other on the football pitch or in the street, especially redneck women. There's not a lot of that sort of stuff on YouTube, but it's there if you want to find redneck women fighting each other. It's available, and I used to enjoy Karen's ranting, but they're boring now. It's been a funny old week. No, don't worry, I will tell you why it's been a funny old week. For lack of common sense, I frequent a lot of, not a lot, but two dating sites. Or I had done. Because I'm always on the lookout for my future ex, Mrs. whatever, or Mr. I'm bi, so it doesn't bother me. But I've had a week of being told off by gays for not replying as soon as they sent the message. And I don't know whether it's COVID or whether it's just people being like, oh, not, what is the word? Not hesitant. It's impatient. Obviously, people not necessarily as much, but people got stuff to do. Like, they got laundry and they got food and they got shopping and all this type of stuff. So you can't just sit around on fucking social media all day and pander to fucking special snowflakes. You've got shit to do. Admittedly, my shit is this stuff, but I mean, the first time it happened, I thought nothing of it. I thought, yeah, alright, just chill out. Smoke a big meaty weed cigarette and or a spliff, I think the kids call it. Just chill the fuck out. But when it happened the second time, I thought, nah. My time here is coming to an end. That's why I don't like people in general. I could go into that, but that's an hour. I'm not a big fan of divas. So yeah, I think I'm done with dating sites. It's nothing but if I'm that bored, I'll take a photo of myself and put it on a mirror. Not a mirror. Because that wouldn't work. I'd paste them all over the walls just so I'd have people to talk to. I know I wouldn't get any sass back. And they would generally agree with me, these faces that I'd pasted on the wall. But I don't know whether it's because of COVID or whether it's just people are stressed out, but people should really stop taking it out on each other, because it doesn't do anybody any good. I've resigned myself to not necessarily being alone, but sort of distancing myself from general people. Because a person is sensible, clever, silly when they want to be, fun-loving, the majority, hard-working, cunning, loyal, but people are a mad bunch of bastards. They're stupid, they're panicky, they're flighty. I mean, you let a gun off in an airport and they're all fucking running around, they're all screaming, ah! So yeah, they're very, very touchy. And I can't deal with that. So yeah, I'm really not interested in other people's inane bullshit. Oh, the worst thing I can imagine is your partner, male or female, or whatever you are. It doesn't matter what sex you are, but your partner coming home and telling you all these fucking war stories from their work, and just saying, oh yeah, Claire did this, and Claire was like, oh, and Jeremy did this, and you've never met these people, or you've met them once, like 5 years ago, and it's like somebody telling you about a soap opera you don't watch, and you think, I don't give a shit. I really couldn't give two fucking howling hoots about what Claire and Jeffrey are doing to each other, or how Martin's treating whoever. And that kind of shit I want to avoid as much as physically possible. Now, I don't know whether this little rage on I'm having, it's not a rage on. If I don't have my breakfast, I do succumb to a hungry anger, hangry, whatever the phrase is. It is known, and yeah, but I've got flapjack and some Pop-Tarts waiting. But I wish there was a way that you could have the, obviously there are ways, and the way start again. There are ways where you could have the company of a person, but not having to deal with the bullshit. And yes, that's what prostitution is, really. But I don't do that. I respect people. I say I respect people too much. That's just something that I'm not about. Let's see if I can build a... So I will get some flapjacks in a minute. I've only got 2 fish to catch, so I don't know how long this stream's going to take. Right, okay, let's go and get some flapjacks. Hopefully my mic still works while I'm walking around. Oh, I've got pancakes as well. see if I can turn my... That's better. So what else was I saying about this funny old week? Yeah, my mead. I was making mead just recently, and through my lack of reading, yeah, it's still good. Research and just general lack of preparation, my mead didn't go necessarily funny or bad, but it was the first batch that I'd ever made. I'd never made alcohol before, so I didn't really know what to expect or how to do it. So I packed that in because it didn't taste nice. And the whole thing about if you make stuff like food wise or drink or whatever it is, you want it to taste nice. Otherwise there's no fucking point. And this tasted like cleaning alcohol. So I tipped it down the sink and learnt from my mistakes. Next time, my next batch will be better because I've got a better idea of what I need to do. At night and coastal areas. Okay, so I'm killing birds with stones. Let's move that fucking waste of space. I tried PlayStation Now again. I like the idea of PlayStation Now, having a collection of games that you can stream or download, or it's like a public library but for games. But pretty much all the games on there are shit, and the ones that aren't shit you can't stream. So obviously it's a very personal opinion, because not everybody streams PlayStation for their hobby. But it's really something that should be looked at. And I'm having difficulty cancelling it at the moment, because when I go on to the places where you go to cancel stuff like that, it's just coming up blank or taking such a long time to load. But I'll keep trying, but I'll just let it lapse and not pay it. I think they only did that because Xbox have got something similar. I'm not even entirely certain that Xbox have something similar, but that's usually what they do. If Xbox do it, oh, PlayStation have got to do it just to be different. Which yeah, I get. It's business. I don't know what element of business it is. Oh, let's take my ears off so I can eat this without having to yeah. That's better. Oh, nobody needs to hear me eat food, so apologies for that. And my headphones creak with my movements of my head. So that's always a bit disconcerting. I've been struggling recently to find games that I actually want to play. Like, I was really into Rainbow Six up till recently, and then it just sort of got very samey. And it's just another hero shooter, which, I mean, it's a good hero shooter, it's well made, but it's nothing ever happens. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know, if you're playing GTA and somebody gets you from their flying jet bike, or a truck badly renders and you can see a truck sailing through the air, or something along those lines. I know GTA and Rainbow Six are totally different games, totally different genres, but you see stuff in GTA that is, but every time you play it, it's something different. But in Rainbow Six, nothing happens. It's not even like it's, I can't explain it. It's not like the MMO addiction where you start off on level 1 and then by the end of the day you're level 10 and you've got a sense of satisfaction and sort of achievement, and your stats incrementally grow, because that's how they get you. Nothing Nothing changes. Nothing. It's just. It's like watching the same episode of fucking Holby or EastEnders or something for hours on end and expecting something different to happen. Oh. Right, let's have... One more, look at that, that's it. One more fish. So, coastal areas. Alright, motherfucker. Let's chop down a tree just so I've got some wood. When I had finished playing Red Dead, when I caught all the legendary animals, I had to knock it on the head. I couldn't do that game anymore. It was so sort of... not terrible, but it was just very... not even meh, but it was just lacking. And now, from what I hear, it's just going the same way as GTA, with bank robberies, and that's the thing I don't understand. Just make a bank robbery game. So, yeah, I'm having difficulty finding games that I actually want to play at the moment. Neverwinter has got promise. Final Fantasy. Possibly gonna have another look at that because I want to do the ninja class. I mean, it's gonna be the same. I played it for years when I was at uni. I don't expect anything to have changed. So I don't know what I'm expecting. I'm sure I'll find a game that entertains me. I'm having doubts about League of Legends because that's just a hero, not a hero shooter, but that's just a... nothing ever changes. I mean, obviously the outcomes of the matches before anybody starts, but it's the same. It's the same thing. There's no variety to be had. I don't even know what sort of game I'm looking for. So I can't really help myself because I don't know what I'm looking for. which isn't a huge problem. There are a few games like Enter the Gungeon. That's coming on free to play, so I want to have a look at that. And there's a platformer called Ratchet and Clank, which I don't do platformers, but I play that because I think I played one in the past and it was very funny. So yeah, I've got a few choices. I mean, I like Warzone, but again, that's just very samey. I don't know. You know, when somebody in your life has passed on, either through illness, injury, or just like old age, you look at yourself, not look at yourself, but look at your life and not think about, I mean, some people do. People would think about their own mortality and put things into place. They write a will, or they say things to people they wouldn't have said if they weren't thinking about their own mortality. But I'm not necessarily completely consumed by it, but I am thinking about what I'm going to do next. Because at some point we're going to be free to move about and do stuff. And when that happens, I've got no real idea as yet. I mean, I've got plans. I've had plans for a long time. I know what I'd like to do. But I think those plans are very not dated. Dated's the wrong word. I think they are plans that I would do if I was a younger man and not full of injuries. Because I do have difficulty understanding that I'm not as young as I used to be. But again, one of the greatest concepts that has got me through my time after the army is that your injuries don't dictate who you are or what you're allowed to do. Not to limit yourself and not to say, oh, I can't do that because of this. You do it as much as you want to do it, or you do it within your capabilities. I mean, one of my plans, it's not unreasonable. One of my plans is, or was, to go fishing in the Amazon. And naysayers amongst you would say, oh, fucking hell, that's an outlandish concept. But it's not really. You go to Heathrow, you get on a flight to Brazil, and Manaus, I think the place is, or Spider Town as the locals call it. You find a cheap hotel, you buy a fishing rod from somewhere, or you bring it with you, and you go to where the Amazon starts, or the nearest part of the Amazon, and you start fishing. So, and that's done. That's like, what, 2 weeks? But I've got like other plans which are a little bit more physically intensive. Like I had planned to walk around the coast of England with a little backpack on and some sort of sleeping gear, and I mean that's still viable for but as you know, any long time listeners will know that I tried it. I did a shakedown test to Southampton way. It presented some flaws in my plan, which is what I wanted it to do. So yeah, that's still feasible. I had another plan of walking the canals of England with a little bag on my back, tent or sleeping gear, and that's still sort of viable as well. But I think when somebody yeah, still good audio. When somebody passes that you've known for a while, you do start not taking stock, but you do start to sort of look and think, not what's it all about, because it's not about anything, but what do I do next? And the time we have is limited. We are finite beings, and I don't want to be on my deathbed like 100 years from now having regrets. So yeah, it's very No, fuck's sake. Oh, I still haven't woken up properly. Right, okay. Coastal areas. Okay. That's alright then. It's difficult to know what you want to do. After the army, I had no real clue what I wanted to do. I went to college because I didn't do college before joining the army. And then I went to university because I had a good work ethic, and I knew that I wasn't gonna sort of I wasn't gonna struggle. I taught for a while. I'm trying to think of all the things that I've all the things I've done, all the things I've experienced, just to try and give myself an idea. Like an idea of what to do next. I don't think I'm going to go back to sort of teaching. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't teaching in a secondary school or a college. I wasn't a real teacher. I don't think home education teachers or home education tutors are real teachers. But that's just my personal opinion. Nobody actually has to agree with me. Yeah, so I'm really not struggling, but I'm just not wondering what it's all about, because that's another session. I'm sure it will come to me. I don't know if I would want to do PlayStation streaming for a job. I mean, it's been a great help with my sanity, and it's been a good time sink over like the coronavirus time. But I haven't got the infrastructure to take it to the next level, or to take it seriously. And I don't even know whether I would want to do it full time. I don't think we're even supposed to know what we're to do. Because if you know what you're going to do, or know what's ahead of you, there's no surprise, or there's no sort of like excitement. Like young adults who are in college or like top of secondary school, they have their interests and they have subjects that they like. So you naturally assume that they're going to pursue those career paths. But all the people that I went to secondary school with in college, I can count on like one hand how many people have done or do the things that they trained for. Trying to think of it. There's a guy I went to secondary school with, and when he went to university, he did one thing, and then when he got back to the town that he used to live in, he did something really square and mundane. And I just think, where did it die? Why did it die in you, Andrew? You had plans. You wanted to do this. You said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna." You spent all of that money. All that sort of almost thousands of pounds of student loan that we all clock up, only to have wanked it all away for the lack of foresight or for the lack of ambition. I can't really comment on the lack of ambition. I don't know. When I was like 5, I wanted to be a soldier. When I was 16, I joined the army. So yeah, I have done what I had dreamed about, aspired to be a soldier for the longest time. I'm one of the lucky ones. But trying to figure out what especially after COVID. I think my plans are going to have a bit more work. I mean, I've got options that I could take up. But it's I don't know. But it is strange what you think about when life hits you. Yeah, I don't know. There's not going to be making any light-hearted jokes out of the current climate today. I'll save that for the next day. I've got nothing ready. I've got nothing in my mind about which social group I want to take the piss out of today. Oh no, I haven't. I have actually. I'll tell a lie. But no, I'm going to save it. Save it for Tuesday. I'm probably gonna. I've done this for about an hour. I might. Call it. Now I've warmed myself up. Yeah, I'll do this one. Let's have a look. One more fish. Okay, that'll do me for now. Thank you guys for watching. Either watching now or watching later. I really appreciate all your support and all your effort and all your contributions, whichever shape or form that takes. yeah, my name's Damage. This has been Fortnite Fishing, and catch me later for something else, no doubt. Well, have a great day.